Back in February, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates for the first time in 5 years. And over the next 12 months, they will raise rates by a further 6 times. How do I know that? I'm talking about 1994. On Feb the 4th, 1994, the Feds raised interest rates, taking the market by surprise. What was particularly striking about the rate rises in 94 was the speed of their implementation. The US experienced a rate rise of 300 basis points, going from a modest 3% up to 6% in that cycle. And because inflation tends to be global, then Australia also raised their interest rates, going from 4.75%, remember those days, up to 7.5%. Of course, with these interest rate moves and inflation, bond yields rose by about 300 basis points, and the Australian bond market was down around 5%, down 4.7%. for the calendar year 1994. It's known as the Great Bond Bear Market. Well, now it's the old bond bear market because we've got a new bond bear market where currently the Aussie bond market is down closer to 8% year to date. You can see from the chart we're putting up here, negative bond returns don't happen very often. And in fact, in the data that we've got, there's only twice that we've seen this, 1994, 2022. Now, on top of that, back in 1994, the stock market was down 8.8%. That was a bad year indeed. So what's different this time around? You know, one of the main things that central banks learnt out of 1994 is keep the market informed of what you're about to do. Markets don't like being surprised. The other difference is that back in 1994, inflation was running at just under 3%. Well, that's a target band that central banks are setting for inflation today. And bond yields, they are up around 6 to 8%. Today, it's inflation that's up around 6 to 8%, and bond yields are sitting at just under 3% as well. The key to bond market performance is, as always, the dynamics of inflation. But already we are starting to see some early signs that inflation is abating. Let's put up this chart one more time. Now, nobody is expecting bonds to be positive by the end of the calendar year, but by the same token, there's a broad feeling out there that the bonds have bottomed out, that they've priced in all future expectations around interest rates and inflation. Look, it's important to note that in the last great bond bear market in 1994, while bonds were down, they are up just over 18% in 1995. Now, I'm not saying it's deja vu all over again, but also it ain't over till it's over.